So one of the things that we offer, or a lot of the services we offer, obviously, we're a plumbing company, so we handle anything from toilets, repair and installs, faucets, garbage disposals, water heaters, whether it be gas or electric, tankless. If you're looking for endless hot water, but sump pumps, sewer drain cleaning, camera inspections, where if you have a main line backup, we're going to snake it, we're going to camera it, we're going to find out why it backed up, making sure that if there's a reason why it backed up and it could be potentially cause you issues down the future, we want to let you know what it is, show you the and show you the pictures as well. Sewer, we do sewer repair replacements, water services. We pretty much do everything in-house with our own equipment. We don't use a whole lot of subs. So anybody that comes in your house is going to be somebody that's background checked, drug tested, and so forth and so forth. So it's always going to be an employee of ours. Other things we do, water treatment systems. We'll test we'll test your water free of charge, test it, send it off, and find out if the water's hard, soft, if it needs to be treated. So you can have nice, fresh, clean water to drink instead of spending all the money in bottled water. And we can do that for you as well and match the system that works best for your water system. We also update bathrooms. You got an old bathroom you want to update? We'll come in, we'll tear everything down to the bare walls, put in new tub or shower, all the new fixtures, vanities, faucets, tile, floor, paint it and everything, from beginning to end. But if you just need a new tub, we'll just put in a new tub. Need a new shower pan, we put in a new shower pan. Anything that has to do with your bathrooms, we can do. We don't do kitchens. Those are just a couple pictures of some before and after work that we've done. But like I said, one of the big things I want to talk about and take a few minutes with is sump pumps. If you have a sump pump, making sure it's tested and will work for you when it's supposed to work. But most importantly, that you have some sort of backup system. We, in the springtime, thunderstorms come through as the weather gets a little warmer, humidity starts to creep up, the power goes out. Well, the sump pump works off electricity. So if your power goes out, and in some areas, in our service area, it can go out for more than a day, and be a couple days. And you have groundwater coming in, and you have no protection. So we do offer backup systems. There's basically two more common backup systems. Battery backup, which is some peace of mind. It gives you some peace of mind. It's basically a marine battery that's wired to the sump pump, so if the power goes out, the battery will still allow it to work while the power's out. And another one is what we call a sump jet water commander. It is a water-powered backup system. It requires no power. It works off the house pressure of your home. So it is ultimately a fail-safe. Batteries, we tend to go with our water-powered sump pumps, and those are the ones we recommend, even though it is the more expensive option, but we will put in batteries too. But batteries, what happens when you remote control one day, you're trying to turn channel? Battery's dead, right? Well, it's going to be too late if it's raining outside and your house is flooding, battery goes dead. So there's no way, there's no indicator saying it's going to go bad or anything like that. There's no way of testing it. So you take that risk of a battery going dead, and that's why we, a lot of times, will always offer this water-powered sump pump, because your house pressure really never really ever going to change unless you don't pay your bill and you have no water. But the biggest thing is, if you have one, get it checked. Whether it be by me, your plumber, whoever you've used in the past, just get it checked. And if you don't have a backup system, get one. Because you don't want to come downstairs in your basement and find 3 inches of water in your basement, because as the insurance people in the room will tell you, it's not a costly repair. And more importantly, it damages your property, it damages your personal items if you have stored down there. Water is very damaging. And then the whole headache and cost of having it all replaced can be a big headache as well. So have them checked and have a backup system. Any questions on any of that? How much time do I got? 5. Okay. Other things we do is we have a whole house plumbing policy, where we'll come and inspect your water heater. We dye test your toilets to make sure they're not leaking. We give a free drain cleaning, 10% discount on all repairs, and obviously emergency priority service, where we'll be out there that day, at any time. Call me at 8 in the morning, I'll be out there today. Call me at 8 in the evening, 8 at night, we'll be there that day. But it's a whole house plumbing inspection. Guys come in, inspect all visual piping, dye test all the toilets. They check all the aerators in the faucets, take them off, clean them off, making sure that you got good flow through the faucet. Check your garbage disposals, check your drains, and it's about an hour's worth. They're there about an hour trying to make sure that everything there is okay, working condition, and that they're not going to see any type of future problem you may have with any of those fixtures, especially toilets, because toilets will tend to leak at the flapper, and you just waste a lot of water. And we can try to save some money in help save some money in water bills. Other things we do obviously is water mains for a whole house water service. If your house pressure or you find yourself have a high water bill, you can call us out. We can check your water service, make sure it's not leaking underground, because in a lot of cases you're never going to know until you get that high water bill. And we'll come out, see if the meter's still spinning, and ways to test to make sure that if it is leaking, we can give you an estimate to replace it. That's about it. Yes?
On a sub pump, it's in the basement of the house.
Yes.
How do we know how to check a sub pump to make sure that it's working?
Fill it up with water, for one. Fill up the pit. And make sure that if you fill the pit up with water, the float will rise, and when it does, it'll activate the pump to empty out the pit. That's one way of making sure it works. And making sure that the float's free of any debris, that the float doesn't get stuck, but fill it with water, let it pump itself out. If it starts to fill up and you're starting to get to the rim of the pit, it's not coming on, then there's a problem. But mainly just, fill it with water and see if it pumps out.
It's like a bilge pump in a boat. Your house might sink if it's
Can you tell me more about the water treatment you do for like better drinking water?
The water treatment we do is basically we'll test your water. We just get a little sample of the water, and we are partnered with a company called Lancaster out of Pennsylvania. They will test the water and come back to us with results. And basically the results is the water hard? It talks about how we can, they bring back a recommendation of these are the results and this is what we need to do to make it better. And there's a lot of different options on doing so. Whether it's a salt-based system, charcoal-based system, sometimes they're not as elaborate, sometimes they are. But we will test it, and then we'll call you with the results, let you know what they found in the water, from chlorine to fluoride, to how hard the water is or how soft, and put together a package to make it better. So it tastes better. Because a lot of the water around here has a lot of.
Into like a water filter?
It's a better option, because most of your water filters are like on the spot water filters. The other option is with a whole house water system. It will prolong your fixtures. Like your faucets, it'll prolong the life of your faucets. It'll actually prolong the life of your toilets, your tub, because the water that comes through it is not so hard, and the chemicals with it, the water treatment companies treat the water with, they stain the toilets, they calcify the water heater, they calcify the faucets as well. So it actually prolongs the life of all your fixtures, including your water heater as well. It's one nice thing about a whole house water treatment system versus the ones you see on TV that are just for your kitchen faucet or anything like that helps you. Those work, they just require a little bit more maintenance, but they're really more for just that one fixture. They're not really protecting the rest of the pipes in the house and everything else from a lot of calcium.
You have to come like every once in a while to redo? Or?
We come by and do a maintenance on it once a year. Yeah. Whether or not we check the salt, we check the chemical mixture in it, make sure it's still good. And there's a power head that goes on top that actually flows all that and controls all that. So it's really just not a whole lot of maintenance to it. Just come out and look at it once a year.
Sorry.
Your time's up.
Questions. Camera inspection.
Yes.
I
recently insured somebody that, got a camera inspection done on a property she was purchasing because she had a problem with her line in a previous home. How old would you say a home should be before you would recommend getting
Wow.
the inspection? And just do water, not sewage?
Yeah, that's sewer. Yeah, that's what we're expecting is the sewer,
Okay.
is the main sewer line from the house out to the street. It's a good question because the sewer line can last, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And I don't know if I would necessarily do a maintenance check on it unless you have a lot of trees in the yard. If you have a lot of trees in the yard and you know that sewer line goes out the front, which most of them do, if there's a lot of trees in the yard, you can get a root problem. That can be one of your bigger issues with sewer lines, is the roots underground are growing and they grow right into that pipe and either bust the pipe or clog it, and we can come through, and that's why we want to see what's causing the slow drains or anything like that. So we'll come through and we'll cut the roots out of it, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to come back. I mean, unless you take the tree out and kill the tree, but I mean, the roots are going to become an issue again. I don't know if there's anything out there really that says you should do it every few years or not. I mean, it's more when you notice you're having a problem, and then let's see what it is, unless you're trying to maybe sell the house or buy the house you want it looked at. Because a sewer line replacement is not a cheap fix. So, I mean, it's multiple days worth of work, and it can be costly.
Would you recommend people buying homes to have those checked, like older homes?
I would say depending on the age of the home, yeah. Age of the home and again, where the home is located. If some of these homes like Fairfax Station and all that, where there's a lot of trees around it, sure. Yep. Because like it is a costly fix. I mean, you're talking anywhere from $8,000 to, right now we're just quoted one for almost $25,000. Because the problem in Virginia, the homeowner is responsible from that sewer line from their home to the sewer out in the street where it goes into the county. Where these and their home policy, it's funny because the customer asked me yesterday, my homeowner insurance cover it? And we're like, I don't think so. And the home policies don't cover it. But that's where we have to now cut the street, which requires a lot more, it's more elaborate if the problem's out in the street. But DC and Maryland cover the street, so the county's responsible, homeowner's responsible to the property line, not in Virginia. One more.
Is there any way of determining before you have a problem if your water heater is going to have a problem?
Going to have a problem? Other than you'll notice maybe a less water pressure because of the calcium and everything at the bottom of the tank is getting into your fixtures, where a dip tube or something could have gone bad or anything like that. Others ways, if you're starting to see a leak, obviously before it gets too bad, you might want to have it looked at, making sure it's not water just coming out of the pressure relief, which it can also be a problem. If thermal expansion is becoming an issue and it's popping the pressure relief valve, we got a problem there too. But the water heater is basically doing what its job is supposed to. Other than that, the life expectancy on a heater is anywhere from 10 to 12 years, depending on gas, electric, or anything like that, or tankless a little longer than that. But not really, just having it checked, making sure the elements are on electric, making sure the elements are working the way, and the gas on the gas side, the gas valve is drafting correctly. All that is really the only way. Is just having it checked. And with a water heater, if you don't flush it every year, don't flush it. So if you have a 10-year-old water heater that's never been flushed, don't flush it. Don't let somebody come in and empty the water out, because I guarantee you it'll leak. Because the calcium's done ate up the bottom, and now you washed it out, and it will leak. So, all right, I'm all done.